All right, today we are going to make test tiles for testing glazes. So this is 3 pounds of clay, 12-inch bat. Here we go. So I'm going to bring it down to 6 or 7 inches wide and then open this all the way down to the bat. Now we're going to bring this out to about here. So while I do that, I've got fingers here, my thumb kind of catching the outside. And when I pull, this ring right here is going to want to rise up, so I'm going to keep a sponge on top of it. So I'm pushing down here and drawing out this way. Kind of hang on here and get centered. All right, so what we're going for is there's going to be a heel down here which protrudes out this way, and this top will be angled in, so it'll look something like this in the cross section. So I'm going to take my index finger, bring it up about 1/4 inch from the bat, and push in. You can see that rise right here. And now I'll take the rest of this clay, bring it up. The heel on the inside is what gives this stability so it doesn't fall over. And then we want enough height to see how these glazes will bend and move in the kiln. You want to throw this about as thin or as thick as if you were making an actual pot, just so the application of the glazes behaves the same. And when I'm looking down the edge here, this inside flange and this outside flange, the rim of this is right about in the middle of that, and you'll see that better when this dries and I can show you a cross section in the next part. So I like where this is. Give it one more slow pull. All right, we'll get this cleaned up now. Metal rib. Skin the outside of that. That beveled rim here. And then I'm going to use this tool. I'm going to use the spoon side down here. some of this clay off and use the pointed side. And down here at the very bottom, if by chance we are testing some very runny glazes, I want to create some obstacles here that glaze would have to navigate. And then I may come in and just give myself a mark right there. So we may cover this whole thing with one glaze and then dip down to another to here, and that can show us then how far that second or even third glaze drips. Test tiles are something that, I finish them just like I would finish a pot. You know, I want to take care of all the little burrs, everything. Get this smoothed out. Dry that off. And then I will let this set out for a few hours till it's almost leather hard, and then I'll come back and cut it with a wire then, and we'll talk about dividing this up in the next section. So that's a start. All right, today we are working on test tiles. So this is picking up from the first part of throwing them. This is a soft leather hard right now. I've put the bat on a banding wheel. You can just leave it on the table, that's fine. This has been cut off with a wire. I'm gonna use a fettling knife now and come in here and start dicing these up. I'll start by cutting this in half, then quarters, and go down from there. Just make them as big as you want, but I will pull each section and soften the edges so it mimics a finished pot. So here we go. So these sharp edges on here from the cuts, I'm going to come in here and just wet these edges. The reason I'm softening these is because there's really no real life scenario where any part of a pot would be that sharp. So I just want to get down to realistic edges. So when the glaze breaks on those edges, we get an accurate portrayal of what would be happening with that glaze. So just give it a little water, run your fingers over there, soften them down a little bit. On to the next. All right, so we've got these all diced up, separated on here. You can see the cross section right there. Hopefully that sheds some light on what we were doing when we were throwing. This heel is what prevents that from wanting to rock back on itself. So there is Test Tiles 101. If you plan on hanging these, you can come back and put a hole in them right there. And if not, don't worry about it. But that's it.